Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar,
and you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture.
Hold on, y'all. What happened here? As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar,
and you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice, this is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome into Our Plugs Community Connection. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, should I say. Happy Taco Tuesday. I hope everybody woke up in the greatest mood. I hope everybody had a really well-rested night's sleep. You got your coffee this morning or your OJ, and you better got your water, okay? Because you know DJ Kitty talks about those 16 ounces of water that you need. So I know you got your water right next to you. And I hope you had a very pleasant sleep through the night. But it is Tuesday. And you know what today is. It is Veterans Voice. We have the men of Our Plugs here today who will join me shortly. And we're going to get into some fun stuff. We're going to get into some news that we could use, some good information for veterans as always, and just the craziness that continues to happen around these United States of America. That's what I love. I'm your host, Ms. Morningstar. I'm generally the co-host of Our Plugs, but today our host, DJ Kitty, is out, and I will be covering this week. So she will be peeping in, I already know, because that's what DJ Kitty do. But until then, you got me, and some of our team members will be co-hosting with me throughout the week. So stay tuned to us and make sure you plug in and listen as we deliver y'all some great information throughout the week. So, what does Ms. Morningstar do every morning for our guests that come through? We always start out the morning with some morning affirmations, right? Because that's a way to start the day, and we got to start the day off right with some morning affirmations. Okay, so let's get into it. These are affirmations for Tuesday. Okay, and welcome in to my TikTok evening guests. It is Monday evening in TikTok world. So welcome into you all, my YouTubers, and also the Instagrams and the Facebooks. Welcome in. And if you guys can, make sure you click on to the YC page and give us the thumbs up, okay? Help us with those algorithms and share the live out. Push the narrative out on that platform as well. But let's get into these Tuesday affirmations, guys. Let's get into some powerful protections from evil. Yes. Powerful affirmations for protection from evil focus on creating a shield of light and invoking divine safety and affirming personal sovereignty over negative energy. That's a mouthful. It's a lot of negative energy out in the world, y'all. And the only way we're going to continue to push through this narrative is with some positivity. And we're going to pour it into each other, whether we got to say it repetitively, daily, and nightly, okay? Because we're not gonna fall into the trap of evil, because there's some evil out here. There's some real evil people. I am surrounded by a protective shield of light. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. I know y'all heard that before. And I only allow positive energy into this space. Take some deep breaths, breathe in the good, breathe out the bad. Do it 3 times. And I'm telling you, let's get into some positive affirmations for that. These are things you should repeat to yourself every day, okay? Number 1, I am loved. You are absolutely loved. I am protected. God has surrounded me with a barrier of peace and serenity. I speak life into my family and my friends. I speak life into my work. I speak life into my vision. I will not allow negative thinking to penetrate my thoughts, dictate my decision making, or intimidate my hope for the future. We say bye to negative energy. I surround myself with people who lift me up, speak life into my vision and purpose, and who brings the best out in me. I am a bearer of light, casting out the darkness. Negativity has no choice but to leave when I'm present. Get out of here, demon. I focus on my energy, on things that add value to my life. I am committed to seeing my hopes and dreams manifest into my reality. I am intentional about the relationships I build and the boundaries I set. We talk a lot about that, right? Coach's Corner, mental health awareness, boundaries. Yeah, hang tight, got more. I speak peace and serenity into each and every engagement and interaction I have today. I am committed to resting my energy when I feel myself getting lost in negative thoughts. Let me read that again. I think I read it wrong. I am committed to resting my energy. I like the word resetting, but it says resting my energy when I feel myself getting lost in negative thoughts. I'm intentional about the energy I put out and the energy I allow around me. I choose faith over fear. I got a shirt that say that, y'all. Ms. Morningstar Boutique. I welcome the fullness of all that God has for me. I trust my Heavenly Father to order my steps and lead the way. And that's for all of y'all. You know, that's definitely a mouthful for everybody. You know, whomever you pray to, you worship, you know, whatever connection you have to a spiritual entity, you let them order your steps and lead your way through life. Don't be led by criminals, crooks, liars, thieves. They're going to still be here. They're going to be here. We just have to push them to the side because we know that there is always something greater later. So I hope you guys enjoyed those affirmations. Yeah, I really do. I hope you guys enjoyed those affirmations. It is for you. It is for you to get through this day. This is Tuesday again, and it's Taco Tuesday. So you know I said get your taco and a margarita later on. But you got to enjoy your day. All right, so let's keep it moving as we go into some weather. It is beautiful outside, y'all. It is beautiful. And Holly Springs, it is beautiful there. You guys are looking at a high of 82 degrees today. 19% chance of rain, which is not a huge percent. Southwest winds about 13 miles per hour, cloudy skies, early will become partially cloudy later in the day. Slight chances of rain showers, high 82. And not too windy, not too bad. I think that's good weather. All right, then you have, let's see, your evening. You guys are going to have about high at 64 degrees in the evening. That's good sleeping weather. Y'all enjoy that sleep. A few clouds, south winds low again, 5 to 10 miles per hour, and still a very low chance of rain. So you might get a little precipitation, not much. Memphis, y'all are very similar, not too far off. Your high today will be 85 degrees. It's getting up there, Memphis. It's getting hot. Yeah, it is. It's getting up there. A 15% chance of rain. Southwest winds at 18 miles per hour. Partially cloudy skies. Slight chance of rain showers. High, again, 85. Not too wind. Well, the wind might pick up a little bit. 15 to 25 miles per hour. That's going to pick up. So y'all, hold on to your hats. Hold on to your wigs. Your lace fronts, all that stuff. Make sure you got it on tight this morning, okay? We don't want no incidents, okay? We don't want that. Y'all, evening weather will be 67, pleasant. About a 10% chance of rain. Mostly cloudy skies early, and then partially cloudy after midnight. Winds are going to be between 10 and 15 miles per hour. So not too bad, okay? Let's move on to H-Town. That's where I'm at. So H-Town, our high is going to be 85 degrees today. We up there with Memphis. 85 degrees, 21% chance of rain. Houston is huge. So when it gives those kind of numbers for rain, that does not mean it's going to rain here, y'all. That's a slight chance that it might rain in my area. Partially cloudy skies. Southeast winds, 15 to 25 miles per hour. The wind is going to kick a little bit. So we got to hold on to our lace fronts and our wigs and all that too. We right there with you, Memphis. We gonna take care of that. But at night, it's going to be a little warm. 71 degrees. I call that warm for the evening. Partially cloudy during the evening, followed by cloudy skies overnight. 71 degrees, east winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So overall, y'all, the weather is weathering. It is summer. It's getting close to summertime. I think we got a cold front that'll be coming through shortly again. Cool front. I won't call it cold because what they call cold here, I almost fall out my chair laughing. But it's going to be a little cool. It's going to cool off a little bit. Cool off to heat up. I'm going to tell you that. It's going to cool off to heat up. So that is your weather. Those are your affirmations. And now we get into some of that other stuff. News you can use. Now, I'm going to do a couple articles, and I'm going to bring my brothers up because I already know they can, do this whole show with all the information that they're going to have, okay? I already know. So I'm going to do a couple of things, and then I'm going to bring them up, and then we'll take a commercial break. But Iran gives a live update. Trump threatens to blow up Iranian energy sites if deal isn't reached. Y'all Fugazi taco presidents, stay trying to threaten these folks. And they ain't budged. They ain't never scared. They ain't moving not one beat, baby. He ain't busting no grapes. He ain't in no fruit fight. He couldn't bust one if he was in a fruit fight. And he always talking that cash money, And these Iranian people ain't budging. Oil prices continue to soar. Okay, because I don't know if y'all been checking y'all gas prices and y'all oil prices, but they continue to go up. That hasn't changed. They're saying he announced, I guess yesterday, that Iran will allow 20 more cargo ships to pass through the Strait of Hormuz shortly. What we know is that he's doing these threats, right, on his Truth Lie Social. That's what we call it, Lie Social, early in the morning. So he's sundowning. Think about all the early stages or the mid stages. I got to get my words right. Of the word dementia. Okay. He's doing this stuff early in the morning, just going crazy, middle of the night, tweeting things. Iran is still denying that they've engaged in any direct negotiation with him and his administration as the U.S. weighs in whether to send ground troops. Now, from what I heard, I'm going to bring my brothers up. Troops about to be on the ground, okay? That's what I heard. Now, y'all can confirm it. Hey, powerful black women, y'all can confirm it. Deny. I like I said, I haven't read too much into it, but that is what I'm hearing. And we're gonna bring my brothers up shortly, and they're gonna confirm whether they know what's going on. Now that just changes the whole ball game of what we got going on here. Okay, when you start putting our troops on the ground, okay, this man is destroying our country, and it is so sad to see it in real time that nobody is doing anything about it. It is disgusting too. Again, you know, these are the times that we're going to have to be able to bookmark in history what we seeing taking place in the United States, something we've never seen before. So y'all make sure y'all take as many pictures, keep a little book, a little memorandum, a memory book, and never forget how they let a man with a lesion on his neck, with dementia times 10, with swollen ankles, who lie about 50,000, 11, and 25 million times a day, if that's a number, with black dead hands because he's rotting from the inside out, get up and destroy the United States and the future of our kids. Y'all, this is to be bookmarked in history. So I'm just saying. We all know that they failed to pass the legislation for funding, to end the partial shutdown. Luckily, Dead Hand Man went on and did an executive order that he could have did a long time ago to pay TSA. So I think they got their first paychecks on Monday. They're starting to get their paychecks. Thank God, because he funded everybody else. He let them get paid, but he neglected the TSA agents who have families and are real people who now are in such bad situations because they didn't get a paycheck in over a month. So yeah. We are now there. There's still, Congress is getting ready, I think, to go on spring break. And it's a mess. The GOP is leading right now with keeping members because people jumping ship. People are jumping ship. Yeah, exactly, T-Wiz. They didn't want the black woman. This is all part of the demise, because the hatred of this world, the hatred to have a woman, the misogynist, and the racism. This is what America is getting. This is what the United States of America is getting. They tail whip. They getting whipped. They don't even realize, some of them don't even know they're getting whipped. They don't even know they got whips on their back. They're getting whipped. But they gonna feel it. You got to feel it. You got to feel it. And I know we feeling it, the regular people, because we paying more for gas prices. And then we got the Republicans jumping ship because they can't be men or women and stand up against this demon. It's a mess, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? We getting close to break, so I'm gonna keep talking for like another minute. I'm gonna take a break, then I'm gonna go ahead and just bring my brothers right up after that break. Yeah. So on Friday, it says Republican Congressman Sam Graves of Missouri became the 36th Republican and 57th House member to announce plans to not seek re-election, saying it was time to pass the torch to a new generation. AKA, I'm getting that up out of here. Y'all know what time it is. He getting up out of here. He is not about to stick around here for the complete fall of the United States, even though he played a part in it. Absolutely, you will not be forgiven or forgotten. So you can run. It don't matter. We know who y'all are. Big Bag March. You wanna don't try to jump ship now. Yeah. In fact, more Republicans are retiring ahead of the midterms. Yo, it may be some flipping over the summer, y'all. It's getting thin. Them walls is thinning out. Yeah. Two other Republicans, of course, I just told y'all, Big Bag March and Mark Green of Tennessee retired before the end of the term. So they jumped ship before they term. They was like, we out. Wonder why so many jumping ship. Dan Crenshaw lost his primary in Texas. Texas is, doing some big things here. It's a whole lot going on, y'all. And we are going to keep y'all updated on it. In the meantime, I want y'all to hold tight. We are going to go ahead and get into our first commercial breaks. You are listening to R Plus Community Connection. I am your host this morning, Ms. Morningstar. And we are going to be back after this commercial. Y'all hang tight. Y'all stay with us. We got so much more for you, okay? We'll be back in just a bit.
Do you relate to the...
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold Her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable, confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out MorningstarBoutiqueByTam.com, where your light owns your style.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Welcome back. You are listening to R Plus Community Connection, and I am your girl, your host, Ms. Morningstar, this morning. And today is Veterans Voice. You know, it's always a good show. It's always good on Tuesday. I'm hosting today. DJ Kitty will be out this week, hopefully back by the end of the week, maybe to close out the week show. But we wish her well in her travels, and she is doing her big one with her black job, y'all. So y'all keep her lifted up in prayer as she travels the road. In the meantime, let me go ahead and bring up the two gentlemen of our plugs. I got my brother DC in the building and my brother Ali Go, aka Vite. What's up? Good morning, my brothers.
Good morning, Holly Springs in Memphis. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, good
Salutations.
morning.
Salutations.
Ali, I was checking for you. I said, hold on, you gotta punch this clock. Where you
I was
at?
right here and I look up, I'm like, yep, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Well, welcome in. Good morning, brothers. Glad to have you guys here with me today. We are touching on before I went to break. I was just touching on your boy, you know, him out here cutting up. And I had a question for y'all because I've been busy. So I try to catch snippets of the news. I try to listen to different lives to get information and do a little reading when I can. So do we got ground? We got troops on the ground? Is that what's going on?
We don't have any yet. We're going to need hundreds of thousands of troops. The 10,000 or 5,000 that we need.
I mean, what is he doing though? What is he doing?
We're going to need at least a bare minimum 200,000 troops, boots on the ground.
Yeah, because I heard Ali in DC that they have an army of like 1 million people, right?
They got peoples, and they got peoples who they got other peoples that's not really a part of their peoples.
Right.
Oh, so that peoples is who their peoples on the other side is kind of camouflaged as their peoples.
They say, oh, and they're like,
okay, they got the chair peoples.
Yep, and they do.
You know how we do.
Iran is not a Muslim country. I hope people know this. Iran is not a Muslim country.
Let them know, Ali. They mixed up. They got Christianity there too, right?
Whew, boy. Right. But it's a stereotype. But what is going to be the mission on the ground? How long are we going to be there? Do we need Congress approval? And at what costs? Do you know that in the 80s he said that if he said that he wanted to go to war with Iran and take their oil? In the 80s, he said that. In the 80s, he said that. I could find it and I could play it for y'all. Matter of fact,
this guy is like he's like a guru for drama. You know how some people we talked about it on the show yesterday about how some people just love conflict. They get a rise off of conflict, but he ain't going out to do no conflict. You know what I'm saying? He is one of those people that like to send his goons. Like, yeah, you know, he wants to be the AKA my boss, you know, send the goons out, do my light work, you know, and he can't go out and, like I said earlier, he can't bust a grape.
Hey, listen, he ain't gonna join the military because he has bone spurs. Okay, he said that his Vietnam is dodging STDs,
and we ain't too sure he dodged those. He can tell you anything, right? You know,
facts.
I done read a couple things. They had private doctors, you know, on those islands that he was on. He had private doctors that would fly him out to take care of them situations. You feel me? So I'm just saying.
Yeah. What you got to say, DC? What do you think? We're going to war? We have boots on the ground?
What we doing, DC?
You know, I think, again, he's like a person that has an impulse disorder. You know, I think he talks before he realizes the consequences of his commitments. I think he'll be sadly mistaken if he thinks that, like Ali said, if he thinks that 10,000 troops are going to get the job done. These people have been awaiting this day to fight the infidel all of their life. They're ready. They're ready. In the ultimate conflict, it's going to be a lot of American lives lost for someone that truly, truly doesn't understand that he's hit the hornet's nest with a stick. He just has.
Mhm.
I mean, right now, people don't realize if you look at the Strait of Hormuz, we have a naval base inside the Persian Gulf that we cannot access anymore because the Strait of Hormuz is closed. So
Mhm.
what do you do with the Bahrain naval base? What do you do with it? It's just, you look at the map, it's not accessible from the water. So what good is a naval base when you can't access it, have access to it via the water? So yeah,
Exactly.
he's messed up. He's messed up big time.
And so I could roll into some of my stuff. I think some of my stuff is going to touch on some of the stuff we're talking about and put things into context. We hear about this nuclear deal that Obama orchestrated with other countries because he didn't do it by himself. So I want everybody to be more educated on what it was. And it is crazy that it is no more because Tiny Tim in the White House thought that he could get a better deal. That's crazy. But check this out.
So negotiators from Iran and the six big world powers have just emerged from months of negotiations in Austria and Switzerland to announce that, believe it or not, they have an Iran nuclear deal.
Every pathway to a nuclear weapon is cut off.
But what does that actually mean? How does all that actually work? Well, this gets technical really fast, but it helps if you go through and look at some of the most important issues.
Ollie, you're muted.
These are the key points, right? Stockpile, enrichment, centrifuges, inspection, and sanctions. These are the key points in the deal. And you have to know what it is to say it's a bad deal. So let's see. Let's see what it is. Let's go.
One of the big ones is uranium. That's the stuff. You dig it out of the ground, use it for nuclear fuel for a power plant or even for a bomb. The deal requires Iran to give up 97% of its enriched uranium, almost all of it, down to just a 300 kilogram stockpile, not very much. Uranium comes in different levels of enrichment. Now, this restriction is really severe. Iran is only allowed to have its uranium up to 3.67% enrichment. And to get
I'm going to pause it. They're allowed to only have 3.67% of uranium. This is a thing that they have to enrich to make a bomb. You need 90 to make a bomb. I don't even have to pay the rest of it. They only could keep 3.67%. What? And they need 90 to enrich to.
They ain't even got close to enough. They ain't even at 10%. What is that? That ain't nearly enough to do what they need to do to create those boom booms.
All right.
give you a sense of what that means, medical research grade uranium is enriched to 20%, and weapons grade uranium is enriched to 90%. So Iran's uranium is going to be way down at 3.67%, very safe in energy grade and not something that is anywhere near what can be used for a nuclear weapon. Iran is going to give up most of its centrifuges. It's going to go from 20,000 centrifuges to just 5,000 that are spinning fissile material, plus another 1,000 that it can use for research and development but can't use fissile material.
So here they're giving up their centrifuges, and these are the things that spin the uranium and get it to enrich. And so they're giving up. They can't have 90. They can't have all the centrifuges. So these are more steps to limit the ability for them to get anything.
And if Iran decided one day, you know what, we don't like this deal anymore, we're going to build a bomb, it would take it a really long time to do it. And that gets to another really important issue, and that's inspections. Inspections and monitoring are how we make sure that Iran is sticking to their end of the deal and that they're not cheating. The inspections that the US got out of this deal are frankly just astonishing. One arms control analyst said he thought there was, quote, almost a 100% chance that if Iran cheated, it would be caught by these inspections. That's how good they are. So what does Iran get for accepting all of this? What Iran gets is relief from the economic sanctions that have been just crippling its economy. But what these sanctions do is they cut off Iran's economy from the outside world. They cut it off from international banking, international finance. These have been just devastating Iran's economy, and they are really desperate to get out from under these. And this is a big deal not just for Iran the state, but for the 77 million people of Iran who it's a big middle class, and they've been suffering under economic sanctions for too long, and they will finally get to have a chance at having a real economy, hopefully very soon after this.
Yeah, and so the deal was a good deal. It's a good deal that was put in place. How can you get better than this?
Ali, it's amazing how you can find these videos right on your handheld computer. You know, it's so many people out here willingly ignorant, okay? Choosing to not know anything. And it's a click of a button on your handheld device, which is your computer. And you can go find this information and actually learn. This is educational.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know what you're talking about, how can you argue the point to say that they have it or they're gonna have it? And even if they said, you know what, we're gonna back out of it, it's gonna take them a long time for them to get a nuclear weapon. Netanyahu been saying since 1995 that Iran is about to have a nuclear weapon.
Exactly.
Since 1995, Netanyahu came in front of Congress and he told Congress that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction.
Also a lunatic, a psychopath, and BB, a psychopath. You spend 40 years trying to attack this country. 40 years of your life. Could you imagine that? I mean, there's so many things I've done with my life after 40 years. 40 years of trying to get this type of war and things started so you can be the malignant narcissist that you are.
Yeah,
That's what I was just going to say. We're watching the mind of a narcissist at work. He refuses to allow anything that could be a win or a victory that's not associated with him to pass. I mean, we just witnessed that with the passage of the funding for the DHS by the Senate.
Yeah.
Mike Johnson, of course, the Republicans in the House voted it down, and then he immediately signs an executive order to pay them. We watched the same thing with the border bill during the Biden administration, where he talked Congress into not tabling the bill for a vote because he didn't want Biden to have a victory.
Yeah.
That's his MO. So anytime something comes up that potentially could be a win and it's not associated with him, he's 100% against it. He just is. And anything associated with President Obama that resulted in a victory or a win, he's totally trying to erase that.
Yeah. And my question is, when is the people gonna wake up and see the repetitiveness? I mean, it is not hard to see that he does these things. It's all for his ego. It is nothing to do with him wanting to do anything good for you. Let's be clear with that. Him signing executive orders so TSA can get paid had nothing to do with him caring about TSA getting paid.
That's right.
He cares less about them getting paid. He doesn't care. But it would, to him and to his sycophants, it makes him look good. Oh yeah, he had to step in and be the big guy and pay y'all.
Great.
Yeah. And so y'all talked about DC talked about the bases, and we have a lot of different interests. We have bases, we have personnel, we have people, we have a lot of things that we're doing in the Middle East together, a lot of different things, and to influence different populations, right? And so Iran said, okay, y'all want to play games? Y'all want to take out our leadership? Everybody's on the table. If you support this country that's doing this thing to us, we're going to hurt your facilities and infrastructures. And so now, guess what? When they attack our troops and the bases, what's going to happen? They're going to have to find somewhere else to go, because the range that Iran has is impeccable. Because I still don't want to even talk about the place that they hit and they're like, uh-oh, right? But why don't you take this out?
Now, it's been weeks since the United States and Israel struck Iran, and the fallout is now spreading far beyond the battlefield. American bases across the Gulf have been hit, forcing troops to disperse, some even out of the region. And those that are in the region, they've shifted bases.
Did you hear what she just said, though?
Yeah. So they had to leave base, right, and try to go hide in these hotel rooms. What is happening, y'all? Yo, I mean, are there civilians in this hotel? I'm just saying, like, what's going on?
You heard DC. He says things, don't know the repercussions of those words and actions. Because if you do something, there's in the military, right? We have plans, and we call it COAs. And we have the best one, the next best one, the next best one, all the way to the least. So we make plans based on the risk. Am I allowed to take this risk based on what this plan is? Are you willing to accept this amount of risk based on this plan?
Ali, where's the risk management team? That's my question. Where's the risk management team?
You have to use it when you're doing these things. If somebody should say, "Hey, if we do this, what do we have, and what are the risks to our people and infrastructure?" And break it down. And so we have soldiers that have to leave their bases to go hide. We had soldiers leaving their bases and have to go hide. And not even wear a uniform because they're at risk now.
U.S. personnel are now operating out of hotels and civilian spaces. And Iran has raised this issue. They say the United States are using civilians as a human shield. So why is the world's most powerful army working remotely? And what does it mean for the rules of conflict? Our next report tells you more.
It's been nearly 4 weeks since the United States and Israel struck Iran. Tehran hit back hard. It went after every American military installation they could find. Bases in Kuwait were flattened. The Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the regional air headquarters of U.S. Central Command, was hit. The U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain was struck. The Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia was damaged. The Pentagon had close to 40,000 troops in the region when this war started. Now, thousands more have been dispersed, some as far away as Europe. And the ones who stayed? They are not on their bases anymore. They're in hotels, office spaces, and whatever they could find. So the most powerful army in the world is working remotely, it seems. And Iran knows this. Iran's Revolutionary Guards, the IRGC, put out a message to people across the region. It essentially said, if you see American soldiers in your hotel, report them to us on Telegram. They called it an Islamic duty. They said, and this is their framing, that America is using civilians as human shields. That's a serious accusation. And it's not just rhetoric. It's a legal argument. Because if Iran can prove that American soldiers are operating from civilian buildings, hotels with other guests, restaurants, lobbies, it changes the conversation around who bears responsibility, especially if those buildings get hit. Under international humanitarian law, specifically the Geneva Convention, there is a principle called distinction. You must separate combatants from civilians, military targets from civilian objects. A hotel is a civilian object protected by law. But the moment that hotel is used for military operations, planning, communication, coordination, it can legally become a military objective. That protection evaporates. So if American soldiers are running operations from a hotel, even just coordinating strikes on a laptop, that hotel may no longer be off limits under international law. Now, does that make America guilty of using human shields? Here's where you have to be precise. Human shielding is when you deliberately place military assets inside or near civilian populations with the intent of exploiting their protection. The U.S. isn't doing this by choice. Their bases got bombed. They had nowhere else to go. There was no grand plan to hide behind civilians. And this is the uncomfortable part. Intent doesn't erase consequence.
There you go. Intent. Go ahead.
Now, I'm just over here. You know, I'm over here. I'm on mute, but I'm over here clowning because this is exactly my first thoughts. A person with common sense would say, they're going to be looking for the military, and you're in a civilian hotel where people are probably traveling on business, on vacation, and you have, they're being hunted. And then this information is being dispersed out to the community. I'm going to just call it a community because they got a community, okay? These people are by far not dumb at all. We just have a dumb president. And then we have a dumb bunch of incompetent imbeciles that would even leak the information that they are staying in hotels to even put everybody's life in danger. Yep. Oh my goodness, so many war crimes. Go ahead, Al.
No, they told them, hey, if you see the Americans, let us know. It's your duty to let us know. And that's why you see some of these buildings get hit. And you're like, what the? Yeah, you got people in those buildings are operating, so it's a legal target.
You know what's embarrassing, guys, is that, you know, I participated in Gulf War One, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and we had almost 500,000 troops in theater. And not once did we abandon the base. Not once. And we can remember watching the Scuds go up and randomly fall willy-nilly wherever they wanted to fly. We watched the Patriots go up and hit or miss, but we never abandoned the base. We never abandoned a forward operating position. We just didn't do it, you know. And I know technology has come a long way, but you know, we're I think they said a Patriot missile costs about $4 million. Tomahawk costs about $3 million, and these guys are terrorizing our troops with a $35,000 drone.
I'm just trying to figure out. God bless our troops, for real, because I have all but respect for our young people and our troops that's out there, but they weren't ready for this. And they are under the weakest group of white men. They are under the direction of failures, drunks, liars, criminals, thieves, dope heads. I'm just saying. So under this.
The job he has, we have generals that go to school and study these things.
Or college.
And we have 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, even some 4-star generals that are not even qualified to be Secretary of Defense. And these are people that have knowledge, experience, they had mentored, all these other things. and they are not even qualified. And we took a Fox host, weekend part-time reporter who got kicked out of the National Guard as a major to run the Department of Defense.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys remember how when we saw Colin Powell come on TV and give his briefings, it instilled a sense of confidence that they were defending and protecting their mission objectives. Um, General Schwarzkopf, those guys instilled confidence. One, they weren't on TV and being bellicose. You never see a general that's about his business on TV being bellicose. And to have Pete Hegseth, iterate to the media that if you're reporting negatively upon this war, then you're anti-American, you're anti-troop. That's just indoctrination. It's like, dude, you're not gonna sway me with that threat of being anti-American when I can see that you're truly screwing this up. So, and they know they're screwing it up. They're screwing it up in 4K. Everybody's watching it.
And we not playing a video game, DC.
Call of Duty?
We not playing Call of Duty. You are literally playing with the lives of 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds. I mean, even adult people who've dedicated their life to this country and went in with a mindset as they want to defend the country against terrorists, against domestic threats, not be lied to and drawn into a position where now they don't have any resources to support them, to give them leadership, guidance, and they have to fight or flight. And that is what they're doing. They're flighting to hotels.
Speaking of leadership.
You may remember a year ago when shortly after returning to the White House, Donald Trump fired several high-ranking military service members who, let's say, just happened to be black and women. They included the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, that's a big deal, the chief of naval operations, and the U.S. representative to NATO. There was no reason to think any of them had done anything wrong with their duties. Well, today, the New York Times is out with explosive new reporting that gives a little insight into the decisions being made at the Pentagon. The Times reports that this month, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is, quote, unilaterally blocking the promotion of 4 Army officers to be one-star generals. Something it's not even clear he has the legal authority to do. It's really, really irregular. The Times explained that 2 of the officers targeted by Hegseth are black and 2 are women. They all had, quote, decades-long records of exemplary service. But Hegseth removed them from a promotion list that consists of about 36 officers, most of whom are white men. The Times is reporting, based on interviews with 11 current and former military officials, 3 of them told the Times about a dust-up last summer. Listen to this. It was between Hegseth's chief of staff, Ricky Burria, and the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll. Now, the Times reports, quote, that Burria chastised the Army Secretary for selecting Major General Antoinette Gant, a combat engineer who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, to take command of the military district of Washington, located there in D.C. Burria told Driscoll that President Trump would not want to stand next to a black female officer at military events.
Yeah. Yeah.
What makes him think they want to stand next to his stinking butt?
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to be in the same room with your nasty, disgusting, stinking, ammonia smelling, dirty boo-boo stinking behind. The nerve and the goal and the I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He's firing black women. He's firing women, and he only wants white males in position of power.
Well, we know who he attracted to.
Yeah, so it's we need diversity. We need different experiences. We need that in the military. We need it. That's it. Like, what is wrong with having equality and diverse group of people in the military? Why is that a threat? What do you go ahead, DC?
Yeah, I mean the crazy part is, what they can't process through their brain in all facets of society. The most qualified person for the position may not look like you. May not look like you. So again, now you're really implementing the DEI because you're really accepting of a mediocre candidate just to fulfill your racist white supremacy agenda.
Say that,
You
DC.
know,
That
yeah,
part.
I mean, we talked about it. We went through
Mhm.
the ranks. We went through the ranks last week with
Mhm.
Ali. On a scale of 1 to 10, the furthest that Pete Hegseth made it in the military was level 4. Out of 1 through 10, the 10 ranks that he could have achieved, he only cleared number 4.
In the National Guard, though.
Yeah,
Not even the regular. So this scale is not even the regular scale. This is
right.
like it's like the C team.
Hey,
Right.
y'all. I got to interrupt y'all because we've been talking so long. I forgot it's time to take a break, y'all. It has been too good. We've been into it, but we going to come right back after this short commercial break, and we going to jump right back into this and close it out, y'all. I promise you, you are listening to R Plus Community Connection. Time goes fast when you're having a good conversation. It does. Y'all keep listening, and we'll be back after this commercial break.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life.
I'm Teresa St. John's. I'm an R&B neo-soul songwriter originally from Southern Mississippi. Thursday, March 12th, from 7 to 7:15 p.m., I get the grand opportunity to talk to DJ Kitty and her team, the Our Plugs Network, about my musical journey. Hopefully you'll be able to tune in then. That's Thursday from 7 to 7:15 on March 12th. Hopefully we'll hear from you then and the WKRA 92.7 network. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who sent us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Plug in. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to Our Plugs Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. I am here today hosting Ms. Morning Star. I am hosting with my brothers, Viper Vet in DC. It is Veterans Voice Taco Tuesday. And baby, it's about to be a hot tamale from what Viper was telling me right before we went on break. So y'all buckle y'all seats up. Get you some water. And yeah, because he about to get us heated over here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Ollie. Ollie, what you got?
Yeah, you got your camera. Your camera is not up right now, so if you want to drop down, come back. But listen, folks.
Ollie, you are on mute, my brother. Take yourself off mute so the good people can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Yeah. Morning Star, you got to drop down and come back because
is he still on mute? Can y'all hear him, or can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear him.
You got to drop down.
Okay, hold on.
All right, listen, hey folks. Before she comes back, make sure you go on YouTube and follow us on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC. Our Plugs LLC on YouTube. We need more followers. We need you to go on YouTube and subscribe and get our subscription up. We need more folks to get the content that we do over there. We have shorts. We have the live video as well. All right, so make sure you get that done, and we will be good to go. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. We are on Facebook actively. So go on those platforms and put in Our Plugs LLC and give us a follow. All right. And so I got this next video, DC. I was kind of delaying a little bit for Morningstar to come back, but you're not gonna believe what happened with the military and the we have an awesome military, but you know how we
absolutely
use it. We got to use the equipment properly. We can't just do what we want, take a Humvee to Walmart, all this stuff, right? Right. You can't go to a drive-through with
Still cannot hear. What's going on?
So check this out.
We are following a breaking news alert. An Army investigation is now underway into this viral video showing what appears to be Apache helicopters flying close to musician Kid Rock's Nashville home. And we just finished an exclusive interview with Kid Rock about what happened.
That's right. Our Caitlin Quisenberry is at the WKRN.com alert desk with what the rock star is telling us and what the Army is saying about this incident. Caitlin.
Kendall, in the last hour, our Sarah Smith just finished interviewing Kid Rock at his Nashville home. He tells us he was not expecting to see the helicopter come that close. This happened on Saturday. You can see Kid Rock saluting the pilot as the helicopter flies away from the home. People attending the No Kings rally in Nashville say these helicopters also flew over the rally. We reached out to the 101st Airborne Division at Fort Campbell about the helicopter hovering near Kid Rock's home. In a statement to News 2, Major Jonathan Bless says an administrative review is underway. He went on to say, quote, Army aviators must adhere to strict safety standards, professionalism and established flight regulations. Appropriate action will be taken if any violations are found. The statement also said these helicopters were flying a route in the Nashville vicinity for training purposes. Any association with the No Kings rally also happening in Nashville that day is entirely coincidental. We just finished interviewing Kid Rock at his home. Here's what he said in response to the Army investigating what happened.
I think they're going to be all right. My buddy's commander-in-chief. I mean, what are they looking into? They stopped for, I don't know, seconds, a minute. Maybe they were here 3-4 minutes, just say what's up, went on. And I've told them before, up before Campbell, like I said, when I was there with J.D. Vance back at our vice president back in Thanksgiving, I talked to some of them. I said, yeah, because I see them when they fly the Chinooks and they go to Nissan Stadium for the football games. They come right over. And if I'm here, I usually make it a point, come out and give them a what's up. So it's really not that new, but it was pretty cool. They stopped right there and kind of, I wasn't expecting any of that, but I thought it was really neat.
Our Sarah Smith will have her full report tonight on News 2 now at 10.
DC. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, the regulations state normally you have to be 500 feet above the ground for any public display. Um, yeah, those boys in some trouble. You know, like I said, depending on how their commander, what's his attitude, yeah, those boys are in some trouble. And people need to realize some of those guys in those helicopters. I mean, you can get in the Army aviation program at 19. You know, so some of these, you know, a kid being a kid. I mean, it's no different than a kid with a car doing burnouts in the middle of the street, and you wonder why he's doing it. You know, it's just that frontal lobe hadn't been developed yet. You know, you
All right,
know.
y'all, I'm back. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can
Yes.
hear me the whole time?
Yeah, we can hear
I
you.
just couldn't hear y'all. I had to do some more IT stuff. I'm proud of myself. I did do some IT, you know, get my certification. Well, what's the story with Kid Rock? I caught a glimpse of it because I was in and out. Give me the quick.
We have the two Army helicopters hovered near his home, and he's there saluting them, and he's just like, what are we doing?
Right.
You know, he one of them sea babies, you know, and he M head, and that probably just excited him, huh? He thought they was protecting him or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So they're going to do an investigation, and somebody probably going to lose their job.
Yeah.
Because this is not authorized. This is not authorized.
Yeah, so many things could have went wrong.
That's where I was going to leave. If something that had happened and one of those helicopters went down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So food for thought, folks. Look out for that investigation. Let's see what happens. You know, stupid is and stupid does. Now, we talked about DEI earlier, and I wanted to bring some interesting stories now. This is where, if you're not on YouTube, you might want to go to YouTube and make sure you subscribe because it gets interesting right now. All right. We talk about having diversity, and some people say we don't need DEIA. We don't need affirmative action. People are going to do the right thing. They're going to do the right thing. They're going to do the right thing.
Underneath a sea of blue, a sea of white. White officers make up about 85% of the Nassau and Suffolk police forces. For years, elected officials and police leaders have promised to make changes that would increase diversity.
It's the culture of the department that's the problem.
Hey, Frank, how you doing? How's everything going?
30 years ago, Detective Earl Stroman was assigned to recruit minorities to join the Suffolk police.
She said 30 years ago.
Because the department was lacking diversity. His assessment of the situation?
Now, it's the same.
She said 30 years ago, he was assigned to increase diversity. And you heard what he just said. Has it changed? Let me play that back for you.
Assessment of the situation?
Now, it's the same. I hate to say it.
Newsday has uncovered a reason for that lack of progress. After studying the hiring histories of more than 70,000 applicants, our investigation found evidence of discriminatory hiring practices blocking many African American and Hispanic recruits from joining the Nassau and Suffolk police departments.
It starts.
Now, before I even go further, I want you to think in your mind, what could take away the ability for minority officers to join the force? What do you think was the thing that stopped them the most from joining the force? Just think about it first before I play any of it. What do you think what's the thing that stopped many of them? All right, just think about that. Keep that in mind. And when you hear it, I want you to think and say, was it that you guessed, right?
I guess with recruitment, then the test.
The test is a combination of written, physical, and psychological screenings. And according to the numbers, minority candidates usually don't do well. Since 2012, 6,539 Black hopefuls applied to Long Island's major police forces. Only 67 were hired.
There appears to be
Did you hear the number? 6,530 applied.
67.
Yes, only 67 were hired.
I wonder why.
Did you hear what they said? What was the major reason why they didn't get hired?
Yeah, the three-phase testing process.
The physical agility tests.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Some form of bias or something operating that skews the numbers to favor white applicants.
From 2015 to 2019, clinicians used by Suffolk County to conduct psychological screenings disqualified Black candidates almost 3 times as often as white candidates.
And they use a psychological screening also, saying that they failed the psychological screening. So you claim they failed the physical, you claim they failed the psychological.
And Hispanic applicants nearly twice as often.
And Black people didn't get it the worst. Hispanic officers were twice the amount that failed.
Newsday's research found every step of the process disqualified minorities, especially Black candidates, at higher rates than white applicants.
Failure of your fingers to remain interlocked behind your head will result in that repetition not being counted.
I just had a lot of students come to me and tell me that they failed the physical agility screening process, and particularly for Nassau County.
If your knee or torso touch the floor, the test is terminated.
Without a question, most of these candidates were African-American male.
Black applicants were disqualified on physical fitness tests nearly twice as often as white candidates.
Can we identify areas that we see are really correlative to a successful officer, whether it's maybe a background in social work or working with in mental health fields or teaching youth or youth counselor.
Local police leaders have been under federal mandate to increase diversity. However, former Suffolk Police Commissioner Geraldine Hart feels federal intervention poses an obstacle.
We have to operate within the constraints of the consent decree, and that's kind of our roadmap. I would say that sometimes it's frustrating. I think that we can do a better job outside of that consent decree.
Nassau Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder agrees there's a problem, and he said,
I want you to listen to the problem that he sees, why Black and Hispanic candidates fail.
As he's trying to address it.
We lack in our diversity, we know that, but it's not from a lack of trying. We try heavily to recruit.
When asked about what changes he would make,
I like the process that we do now.
At the request of a group of Black officers, Ryder started a program which allows officers of color to help minority candidates prepare for the hiring process. In statements to Newsday, Ryder said those applicants are at a disadvantage.
And look, a lot of these kids come from broken homes. These kids struggle in these communities because they don't have both parents around. They don't have a family history of law enforcement. They're at a disadvantage starting off. And we have to recognize it, and it's true. I can't fix the family home.
Yeah.
Ali, I am so tired of that same old fake narrative about our community. This is what I'm talking about, the indoctrination of their culture. They have been taught this lie for so many years that they go around here lying and keeping the lie going when they know good doggone well we are better at everything than they are. And you can't sit up here and convince not one person on this on this radio show listening that they didn't have the endurance to complete the physical activities that we are skilled at, okay? Running, stronger, can endure more. Strength.
Yeah, I think another thing too that we need to put into context that Suffolk County is basically in Long Island, New York. Very, very racist area, very racist. And policing in itself, especially when you get into the Northeast, is very experience a lot of nepotism. You know, a lot of people get on the force because their father was on the force, their uncle was on the force, their cousins on the force. You know, and they still want to have that, Yahtzee SS type of feel to it, So I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all at Long Island, New York, being racist and supporting a racist uh, uh, law enforcement system. I'm not surprised.
My gripe is that the narrative is just old, DC. The storyline is the same. Like, when are y'all gonna come with a better storyline?
Yeah, I
When
mean,
it come to being
you're right. I mean, what qualifies a person from a two-family home to
Hey,
be a better candidate than a person that comes from a single-family home? You
it's a
know, when is that a disqualifier? That's just crazy.
a person with a harder life, if that's what you say, you would think they would want it more. The endurance would be there more. The passion would be there more. Since you want to say it's broken home, no father, no mama, barely eating, blah blah blah, all this bull crap. You would think that person would go into it full focus and prepared and ready to conquer because they want a better life. Get the heck out of here.
Well, I'm gonna table that, and we're gonna get into some interesting events right now. Okay, so when you go to the court, you want to make sure you're prepared. You want to make sure you have your ducks in a row. You want to have the things that you need to make sure you're successful. If the judge looks at you and the judge asks you a question, sometimes they know the answer. You know how that tactic is. I'm gonna ask you a question because I want to check to see where you at with it. The judge he's the king. I want you to listen to this, and I want you to watch this because you have to see it. You remember the last time I talked about the police officer that had his shirt on and he didn't have no pants on, and we were looking at him all crazy. And where's the pants, man? You in court? I want you to check this one.
Never try to fool a judge. A woman found that out the hard way when she showed up for a virtual court appearance while driving. Brooke Anderson tells us what happened.
A judge can't believe what he's seeing. A woman logs onto a virtual court hearing from her car. What she tells the judge is jaw-dropping.
You cannot be driving, ma'am. What are you doing? Come on.
I'm not driving. I'm a passenger in a car.
She said what? District Judge Michael McNally, presiding in Woodhaven, Michigan, is clearly annoyed.
Am I crazy, or does it not look like you're driving that car?
I will have my driver pull over. Hang on one second. I'm sorry.
If you look at the judge's face, it's obvious. He doesn't believe the woman's story. To him, she's definitely trying to pull the wool over his eyes.
I'm not driving the car. I'm a passenger in the car, sir.
The judge isn't buying it.
What side of the car are you on?
I'm on the left-hand side.
How would you be on the left-hand side if you're a passenger in the front seat? Am I missing something? Yeah, the seatbelt's coming off of the driver's side. Now you're lying to me, right?
No, I'm not, sir.
The plaintiff's attorney is watching in disbelief. Well, there's one way to find out for sure if the defendant, Kimberly Carroll, is behind the wheel.
Let me see the driver.
Uh-oh, she looks like a deer caught in headlights.
Let me see the driver.
I have to ask their permission.
Now.
She fumbles around, and when she finally gets out of the vehicle, the judge brings down the gavel, so to speak.
You think I'm that stupid?
The defendant was being sued by a debt collection company for almost $2,000. The judge ruled she has to pay every cent.
I mean, this is what we talking about. Y'all go over to YT and take a look at this person, okay? Okay? It says it all. You look at her and it says it all. This is what they do. They lie like, baby, it come out so easy.
I'm not driving.
I ain't driving.
What side of the car? What side of the car you on? I'm on the left side.
Wait a minute. But then when she caught, she go like this. He said, "Let me see the driver." She like, "Ma'am, you just opened your eyes, bucked your eyes wide because you got caught." Then you trying to get out the car. Pay them pay them folks them $2,000 you owe. Quit playing.
You're gonna have to pay that.
You want to pay it all. Interest added.
Listen, we are. Some people are eating, healthy. Morning Star, she's doing her workout thing, journey and all that.
And this got to be the last one because we almost at the end of the
I know.
At the end of the show.
Listen, you got to eat healthy. You got to have your zinc, your iron.
In a Western News exclusive tonight, a woman who won millions in settlement after she says she ate ice cream with nails in it is sharing her story.
That's right. Her attorney says that she was just awarded the money for the 2018 incident. The court documents say it happened at an ice cream shop in Palm Bay. West News' Haley Krummelholm spoke with that woman today.
It was crazy because who expects to get ice cream and find a nail in their ice cream?
Back in 2018, Brandy Buckley said she left Brewster's Ice Cream on Malabar Road in Palm Bay with her son. He wanted some of her buttered pecan.
I got to the lights to scoop some of the ice cream out, and I noticed that there was a metal nail in the cone.
She said she had already taken a big bite.
When I did swallow, I did feel something in my throat, and that kind of got stuck, but I never once thought it was a nail. I thought it was a pecan.
But she said she went to a hospital to get an x-ray just in case.
It was a nail. So I had swallowed a nail.
She said from there,
I had to do an endoscopy that night. There was 2 metal shards in the ice cream that they had missed. It got embedded in my intestines after a while to the point where I had to have surgery, intestinal surgery. I developed a blood clot that led me into an ablation to where I couldn't have any more children.
Something she said she very much wanted after losing a daughter in 2011.
That was my goal and my dream, was to have more kids.
In 2019, Buckley's attorney filed a lawsuit against Malabar Creameries doing business as Brewster's Ice Cream and the national franchisor, alleging negligence. In a response filed by their attorneys back in 2020, they denied many of the claims made against them. In their defense, it accused Buckley of negligence, which caused or contributed to the incident, and said that any product the business allegedly sold and Buckley allegedly consumed was not defective. It was a long legal process. On March 24th, Buckley's attorney, Scott Alpazar, said a jury awarded Buckley money for medical bills and pain and suffering.
And the total verdict was $14,147,525.39.
She said it's hard to say what the money means for her family, a family she would have liked to grow bigger.
Because everything that I would have wanted, I can't have.
We did reach out to the attorney representing the ice cream shop and the national franchise. Buckley's attorney said he does expect them to appeal the decision. He said it could be years before Buckley sees any money, and that's if things end in her favor.
Sad.
I got questions about her swallowing a nail, but we are... Ma'am, nails is a little rough. Wow, is all I can say. Wow, what a show. What a show.
I don't make up the news, I just report.
With that being said, Viper, wow. Thank you, Viper. Thank you, DC, for tonight. It was an amazing show. We had some really, really good topics, and he ended it on a very things to make you go, type of note. Viper, did you have any last words?
Yeah, just like I said, hey, midterms are here. The primary has started for a lot of states. So make sure you go out there and vote. You see a lot of the contests. We got special elections going on. Go to vote.org, vote.com, go to bluevoterguide.org to see who's running and what's on the ballot from your zip code all the way up. Primary has started, so make sure you vote in the primaries, and the general election is in November. Get out there and vote, and bring 5 people with you.
Let's go. It's time, y'all. Great information. Thank you, Vite. We appreciate you, brother. DC, what you got, brother?
Yeah, real quick, I'm still pushing that ACE camp funded by obap.org. So if you have a child from the ages of 13 to 18 that is interested in aviation, the camps are in most major cities across the U.S. Please go to obap.org and look at student programs, ACE camps. Get your child enrolled today.
Absolutely. Say that website one more time for the people in the back who ain't
It's
hear it.
obap.org. obap.org.
There you go, guys. And with that being said, let's get more Black pilots so we can have more melanated people flying us around this world. Go ahead, Ali. You had something real quick?
I got a question. Do y'all chew y'all food and chew ice cream? Do you just swallow it? I'm just
I mean,
okay.
All right, y'all. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi. It has been a fun morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the show thoroughly. You have been entertained and you have received some great nuggets. So you guys take that with you, share it with a friend or two. Make sure you get registered and get ready to vote. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as always. Tomorrow we have the ladies helping us with our mental health, because after the ladies swallowed the nail, I got some questions. I mean, I don't know. It's a mental thing. But until then, you guys have a great day. Thank you, TikTok, for coming through, tapping and sharing us live. We appreciate you guys as always. And our YouTube channel, we appreciate y'all. YT for TikTok, because you know they ding me, y'all. Go ahead, F1 in the comments. And Instagram and Facebook. Come back tomorrow, WKRA 92.7 The Change. As always, we are signing off, and we appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a great one. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.